Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Matt Williams. I'm a tutor in politics and what is known as the Access Fellow here at Jesus College at the University of Oxford, and I'm here on open day with four magnificent students. So should we start off with your names?
Hi, my name's Vinay.
I am Sam, and my third year PPS just finished.
Hi, I'm Alana. I'm a second year lawyer.
Hi, I'm Lara. I'm also a second year lawyer.
And what are you studying, Vinay?
Sorry, first year chemist.
Great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask each of you questions that you've had no preparation for. Each a different question, because that's what happens on open days. People ask us lots of questions and it's a lot of fun. And then we'll come back down the line and they will ask me a random question that I'm not prepared for. So it's an equal opportunities difficulty match, right? So we're going to start off, Vinay. What did you fear most before you came to Oxford?
I think obviously you hear a lot about the academic workload at Oxford, and I think chemistry is not the lightest degree, so I didn't know what that would be like, especially like stepping up to labs from like doing 1 hour labs a week to having 12 hours on a Monday and a Tuesday, which is quite intense. But but I think getting here first term is obviously quite different, but then I think by second term you're sort of in the swing of it and you get it, and then that also means you're able to explore more of Oxford and have a bit more with like social life as well as your academic life. So yeah, it's just having that balance.
Nice, great. And Sam, what's the coolest thing you've learned this year?
Oh, coolest thing I've learned this year was a tough one. I think probably the coolest thing I've learned in an academic sense would be I got to study a special new paper in the philosophy of economics, which is really cool. And PPE students, so it's really cool to get a kind of mix of a discipline, and it's a brand new course, one of the smallest ones at university. So it's really fun to get in a lecture theatre with just like 7 other people and learn about this kind of new niche that's developing in the field. So yeah, it's been really fun.
Alana, what would you hope Oxford to be like in 100 years' time?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think in 100 years' time, I think we're going to have quite a lot of sort of, not revolutions in a sense, but sort of new technology coming in. And I think there needs to be sort of a way to sort of integrate the new things that we're getting into our academic lives and utilise it in a way that's not going to fear what we do in an academic sense, but use it to help us. And also just to carry on with the access work, I think it's doing a really great job at the minute, especially on the open days. We've seen a really diverse range of people coming down, and it will be great to just see that carrying on and hopefully continuing.
Absolutely. And Lara, what's the one thing you wish more people knew about Oxford?
The one thing I wish more people knew, that is a good question. Probably a little like expected, but it's just not as scary as you think.
Okay.
I get people coming here and they're like, oh, what's it like? What are the people like? And I'm like, well, they're just like you. They're not any different. When we're all together, we don't feel like a group of weird little super geniuses. Like, we're just people. And it would be nice for people to know that, I guess. We're not really any different. Like, it's not a scary place.
Great. And do you have a question for me?
Yes.
Okay.
How did you get into access content creation?
Oh, that was a good question. So I come from quite a privileged background and it never sort of sat comfortably with me. I didn't feel like I deserved some of the advantages that I'd had. And I realised that there was a completely broken marketplace for talent in higher education, that some people who deserved to get into top universities weren't for no good reason. And it just, I couldn't deal with it. And so I thought I've got to do something about it, basically.
That's a good answer.
Thanks.
I'd like to ask you about being a tutor in politics and what your favourite thing about being a tutor in Oxford is.
Oh, great question. I learned so much from the students. So when you call yourself a tutor and you go to teach, it sort of sounds like it's a very asymmetrical relationship. But in the tutorials, when there's only about 2 or 3 students, I take so much from them as well. So it's a really quite selfish occupation because I learn probably more than they do.
What's something you'd advise a prospective student to make the most of these open days? What would you look for?
Yeah, good question again. So I suppose to make the most of an open day, perhaps come prepared with some things you want to find out, and so go a bit like a detective on the hunt for answers to questions that you've got, but also keep an open mind. I think sometimes people come with preconceptions and they might be surprised by those, so come with a bit of an open mind, would be my advice, yeah.
So a bit more of a fun one. Who's the most famous person you've met as part of your access work?
Ooh. So we've had quite a few people come on open days who are quite interesting, like Ed Balls, star of Strictly Come Dancing, and he might have been a politician, I'm not sure. He came around once. We had Malala, she studied PPE. She was very cool, very famous. I met Gordon Brown, the former Prime Minister. he was lovely. So yeah, quite a few interesting people, and I've taught 2 current MPs. I won't name them for their own sake, but that's quite nice as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and thank you all for watching. Don't forget, you can ask us any questions in the comments, so do get to that, and we'd love to see you come along to one of our open days, or indeed just come and visit. Thanks so much. Bye, everyone. Bye.